And welcome to my channel Sequential Biology. In this video we will discuss about virus and their characters. The viruses are non-cellular, self-replicating, obligate intracellular parasite. That is, the viruses cannot reproduce themselves and they require host cell for their reproduction, and for this reason they are known as obligate parasite. Okay, and they are intracellular because they reside inside the cell, and inside cell they can reproduce by process of replication, and for this reason they are known as intracellular parasite, and they causes different type of disease. And virus structure is very simple. They have a protein coat and the genetic material may be present either DNA or RNA. But in most of the living organisms, both inside cell, both DNA and RNA are present. But in case of viruses, either DNA or RNA will be present. The DNA containing viruses, most of animal viruses are DNA containing viruses, and most of plant viruses are RNA containing viruses, and RNA containing viruses are known as ribovirus. Now viruses are not alive but exist in a shady area between life forms and chemicals, and for this reason virus possesses both living and non-living features. Viruses are much smaller than prokaryotes and eukaryotes. Usually we can see prokaryotes or bacteria with the help of compound microscope, but viruses cannot be seen with the help of compound microscope. For visualization of viruses we require electron microscope. Okay, so they can be seen only by electron microscope. Now, discovery of viruses, Latin word which means poisonous fluid or venom or secretion, and the term viruses was first coined by Louis Pasteur. He was an eminent microbiologist, and the term viruses was coined by him, Louis Pasteur. Plural form of virus is vira. Okay, the first discovered virus is tobacco mosaic virus. Now we will see the discovery of tobacco mosaic virus, and many scientists related with discovery of this tobacco mosaic virus. DJ Ivanovsky separated a microorganism from leaf of infected tobacco plant named tobacco mosaic virus. Then the name tobacco mosaic virus was first given by DJ Ivanovsky, and also discovered they are smaller than bacteria. These tobacco mosaic viruses are smaller than bacteria and can pass through bacterial proof filter. Suppose this is a bacterial proof filter. And this bacterial proof filter contain many different pores. Okay, and bacteria are actually larger than viruses, so the bacteria cannot pass through this pore, but viruses are so small so they can pass through this pore. Okay, scientist W.M. Stanley crystallized tobacco mosaic virus first. Crystal consists of large proteins and awarded Nobel Prize. Then W.M. Stanley first crystallized the tobacco mosaic virus. The next, Deijering called tobacco mosaic virus as living fluid, infectant or contagium vivium fluidium. Viral disease of smallpox, polio were known from 10 BC. So viral diseases are very ancient. The virus caused disease in animal and plant of different groups except bryophytes and gymnosperm. And for this reason viruses are regarded as poisonous fluid because they causes different type of disease in plants and animals. And except in bryophyte and gymnosperm, the virus when attacked any organism, they will causes different type of disease. Now we will discuss many important terms. The first term is virion. What is this virion? Virion is nothing but this is a simple virus particle. A simple virus particle consisting of a protein coat, and inside this protein coat any one nucleic acid is present. This nucleic acid will be either DNA or RNA. Okay, so this is actually the diagram of virion. So virion is extracellular phase of viruses. Remember, the viruses can be found in two phases. Extracellular phase means when it present outside host cell, and intracellular phase means when it enters into the host cell, and inside host cell they can replicate, they can reproduce by process of replication. Then this extracellular phase of virus is actually called as virion, and this is a simple virus particle, and this is infectious. All known viruses are pathogen, either plants or animals. Then this is actually diagram of virion. Okay, and some viruses are naked virus. They have only protein coat, and inside this protein coat the nucleic acid, either DNA or RNA present, and some viruses are enveloped virus or some virion are enveloped virus. Outside of this protein coat an envelope or covering present in this enveloped viruses, so they are known as enveloped virus. So these virion are two type, the naked and enveloped. Okay, viruses are smallest among the infecting agent and varying size range from 18 to 400 nanometer. So they are very small. They can exist outside of host cell for long period of time but remain inert in free state, and when the virus is present outside host cell they remains inert, that is they behave just like as non-living material, but when it enters into the host cell they becomes active and they multiply by process of replication, and for this reason they are known as obligate intracellular parasite. So just outside the host cell they remains inert. This is protein coat, and inside this protein coat any one genetic material, either DNA or RNA present, but when it enters into the host cell, so this is host cell, and inside this host cell we can see the nucleus of this host cell, and when this viruses enters into this host cell they becomes active and then multiply, and this is actually the reason for why they are called as intracellular parasite. Okay, after entering into host cell, when virus enters into the host cell or virion enters into host cell, it hijacks the host cell protein synthesis machinery, and whenever any host cell is attacked by virus, the host cell cannot synthesize their own protein, but virus control over their protein synthesis machinery, synthesis of their own protein, and which causes formation of viral protein and viral genetic material. Okay, and for this reason we have used this sentence, that is the hijack the host cell and protein synthesis machinery of host cell. They are smaller than ribosome. Viruses are smaller than ribosome, and millions can easily fit in a pinhead. Okay, they cannot grow or multiply in nutrient medium. Bacteria can multiply in nutrient medium, but viruses cannot. Okay, now we see the size of viruses. The smallest plant viruses is tobacco necrosis satellite virus, which is 17 nanometer diameter, whose diameter is 17 nanometer, and the longest plant virus is citrus tree stager virus, which is 2000 into 12 nanometer in diameter, and the smallest animal virus is foot and mouth disease causing virus, whose diameter is 10 nanometer, and the longest is the smallpox virus, that is variola. Two types of pox appear in human. One type is the smallpox, and now this smallpox is eradicated from human population, and now we are suffering from chickenpox, which is called as varicella zoster, whose virus is varicella zoster virus. But this pox virus, smallpox virus, is longest virus, and the name of this smallpox virus is variola. Okay, and whose diameter is 400 nanometer. If viruses are not cells, then what are they? Examine structure of viruses. It is an infectious particle consisting of nucleic acid enclosed in a protein coat. So viruses have a protein coat, and inside this protein coat any one nucleic acid is present. It may be either DNA or RNA, and when only protein coat covered this nucleic acid, then these viruses are called as naked virus, and when outside this protein coat the envelope is present are called as enveloped virus. And for some viruses surrounded by a membranous envelope, and this envelope are present outside of this protein coat. Now non-living characters of virus possesses both living and non-living characters. Then the non-living characters of viruses are, they have absence of protoplasm. Protoplasm is one of the most important characters of every living cell, but viruses have no protoplasm. They are so simple. Okay, absence of enzyme system and no respiration. Every organisms have enzyme system, and this enzyme system causes respiration. For this reason no cellular respiration can be seen in virus, and virus can be crystallized like the chemicals and do not grow in culture medium, and they devoid of plasma membrane. Plasma membrane is also an important property of any living organisms. Okay, any living cell. So they devoid of plasma membrane and cell wall. Cell wall is present in plant cell. So both cell wall and the plasma membrane are absent in virus. They remain inert or inactive outside host cell. Just outside host cell, or when it present in extracellular phase, they behave as non-living creatures. Okay, They have autocatalytic of nature, so these are proper non-living characters of viruses. Now living characters of viruses, they have nucleic acid but either DNA or RNA. Actually every living organisms in the inside cell of living organisms, the nucleic acid are present, but in case of viruses also nucleic acid present but either DNA or RNA. DNA containing viruses, usually animal viruses are DNA containing viruses and the plant viruses are RNA containing viruses. That is, they have, since they have nucleic acid, so they have genetic material, and with the help of this genetic material they can replicate. Okay, by using host ribosome they can synthesize their proteins for their coat, and their protein coat is made up of many protein. Okay, and they have antigenic property and can attack the specific host. Mutation is well established by availability of mutant forms in some viruses and can multiply in living cell of host. This is also an important features of living organisms, and sensitive to stimulants like the radiations and the chemicals, etc. And these are living characteristics of viruses. On the basis of above characters, it is said that the viruses form the transitional group between living and non-living. Viruses have different shape and size, and they are extremely small and vary from 20 to 400 nanometer in size. And the most of animal viruses are spherical, that is, they are rounded. Okay, with some exception, like rabies virus is bullet-shaped virus, Ebola virus is filamentous virus, pox virus is brick-shaped virus, adenovirus is space vehicle-shaped virus. This is diagram of adenovirus, and rotavirus is wheel-shaped, and tobacco mosaic virus is rod-shaped. Okay, now we will discuss about three different terms: the viroids, prions, and virusoids. We have seen that a virion is made up of protein coat and nucleic acid, but entire virus particle is called as virion, and which is comprising of protein coat plus nucleic acid, but some incomplete virus particle are present. First we will see the viroids. Then who are viroids? Viroids are naked and the circular small single-stranded RNA molecule without capsid, and if the capsid are present or the protein coat is present with RNA, then this will be known as virion. But viroids are small single-stranded RNA and without capsid. So the single-stranded RNA have the closed ends of RNA, make it stable. So this RNA have the closed end. Okay, so this RNA are very much stable. Usually RNA is non-stable, and for this reason RNA is not genetic material, but since the ends of these viroids are actually closed, and for this reason this RNA is very stable. Okay, due to lack of protein coat, they are unable to enter into host cell by receptor, and usually the virus's protein coat binds with receptor of host cell, and specific virus attack host cell with the help of their host cell receptor. But these viroids have no protein coat, and for this reason they are unable to enter into host cell by their receptor, and usually they affect plant by entering through the wounds. Okay, and some of viroid causing plant diseases are coconut, kadang viroids, citrus exocortic viroids, and the potato spindle tuber viroids. Hepatitis D virus is similar to viroids. Now prions. Prions is abnormal infectious protein molecule without nucleic acid. Every virion contains both protein coat and nucleic acid, but prions are abnormal protein molecule without any nucleic acid. Only protein is present in prions. Okay, they are highly resistant to physical and chemical agents, and American scientist Prushiner discovered prion. This prion causes many neurodegenerative diseases in animals including human. Neurodegenerative disease means this will destroy the nervous system. Okay, the example of prion-borne disease are scrapie in sheep, bovine spongiform encephalopathy, and which is known as mad cow disease. Okay, so this is also caused by this prion, and the Kuru disease in human is also prion-borne disease, and Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease is also a prion-borne disease. And the last one is virusoid. They are the satellite nucleic acid, and the most of single-stranded RNA, mostly they are single-stranded RNA, they are dependent upon helper viruses for their function. Okay, then these are important properties and important terminology related with viruses. Okay, in next video we will discuss about structural component of virus. So thank you, and that's it.